Good day, well-meaning Nigerians and my fellow obedience worldwide. Welcome to Hope Alive. As we already know, the set date for the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal is set to be tomorrow, 6th of September, on Wednesday tomorrow. And we found out that the Court of Appeal in Abuja has instructed its staff, to sit at home during the court sittings. Why? Do they think that their staff cannot handle, a court setting? Or are they trying to insinuate that their staff can actually cause havoc during a court session? It's left for them to answer. Now, they also said that only accredited individuals will be allowed into the court premises. We'll also talk about the 25% in FCT, which is a major contender to disqualify the president-select Tinubu, and how major sectors of the economy like electricity workers, airports, air transport workers, petroleum workers, bankers are joining the NLC strike. One would wonder if this is a plan by higher authorities to distract the people or to pervert justice. Because if the electricity workers go on strike, that means many areas in the country will not have electricity to be able to view or stream the live judgment. Well, I won't be the only one talking about this. I have Esther here with me in the studio and our legal analyst, UC Maxwell, on Zoom.
Yes, so wonderful obedience and well-meaning Nigerians. Welcome again to another episode of show Hope Alive. Now on top Obidasi Family Television, carry plenty news. We go sweet and for belle come today. My people, injustice can never be tolerated again in our country. It is time we have a very interesting day tomorrow. I hope we are all ready. A new and a better Nigeria is very, very possible. Sit tight and join us.
Our legal analyst on Zoom, UC Maxwell, please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. Good evening to the entire production team. It's a pleasure to be here once again. And of course, I'm very much happy to be on this episode of the program. Because as you now know, at least today now the last time we are going to do for this program before judgment. So now the last time we are going to speak before we will hear the judgments where they come out from Court of Appeal. And yes, there are a lot of issues that are happening currently. There are a lot of things that are unfolding. In fact, the next 12 hours are going to be very serious hours. So thank you for having me, and I'm happy to join the conversation.
Yes, you're welcome. Now, about the sit at home that the appeal court has directed the workers to do. The appeal court directs workers to stay home as presidential tribunal delivers judgment in Obi Atiku's petitions against Tinubu. The Court of Appeal, Abuja, has directed its members of staff to stay at home on Wednesday, which is the date scheduled for judgment in the respective petitions challenging the election of President Bola Tinubu. This was disclosed in a memo signed by Oluwawale Oluwasegun David. I beg, forgive me if I murder your name. For the Chief Registrar, Court of Appeal, Abuja, obtained by the Whistler. The staff members were told that only those with tags will be allowed entry into the court premises. The memo reads, I have been directed to inform all members of staff of the headquarters and Abuja division to stay at home on Wednesday, 6th of September, 2023. This is to create a conducive and peaceful atmosphere for special sitting for the Presidential Election Tribunal petition at Abuja division of the court. In view of the above, very strong security apparatus have been arranged to man the entrance of the court and also in all strategic areas of the court complex. In addition, only staff with tags provided by the management will be allowed into the court premises. Please be informed as instructed. The Whistler reports that Tinubu's election is being challenged by Peter Obi of the Labour Party, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, and Allied People's Movement. Now, back to our legal analyst, UC Maxwell. What do you think about this? Because there is something fishy. First off, they are saying people are not allowed into the court premises. Like we don't have the freedom of assembly. And now they are actually instructing their staff to stay at home on the court day. Like something is going on here. What do you think?
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, it's unfortunate that we are seeing these kinds of developments in Nigeria currently. It is highly unfortunate that because of a simple judgment, just a judgment by the Court of Appeal, the judgment in the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, you know that there are three petitions before the courts. Peter Obi carried the matter go court, Atiku carried the matter go court, and APM, that is the Allied People's Movement, which is one of the political parties that participated in the election, also carried the matter go court. Now, sake of say these people won't deliver judgment, it can't be like say the whole country won't turn upside down. But make I talk about the one we concern the workers for court. Now, how be say they won't deliver just one judgment? The court go tell all their staff say make they no come work. This is unheard of. This has never happened anywhere. I don't know why we should be finding ourselves in such position. Do they have any ulterior motives? Are they expecting anything to happen? Are they being careful about anything that is about to happen? To the best of my knowledge, Nigerians who are demanding justice, equity, and fairness for all this whole period where they talk all eyes on the judiciary, they have been peaceful people, they have been calm people, and they've tried as much as possible to avoid any violence will won't happen. So for the Court of Appeal to they take this kind, drastic measure. Remember, say we've been done talking about the one we didn't tell, say make general public no come court. And the fact say even those we go come, they go need to be accredited. Even me myself, I try to get accreditation. They no agree accredit me. The people who I call, phone numbers where I put there, I don't try to reach out to them. They no agree to accredit me. And say for inside our constitution, the rights they be for people say they feel go court freely because court sessions supposed to be public. I understand say many people won't come court. In fact, information where also they reach me be say they give slots to some people. Say a Labour Party, when I go bring so number of people come court. PDP, when I go bring so number of people come court. The legal team, when I go bring so number of people come court. Well, we know that the court cannot house everybody, but I feel that the court should be open for people who want to come to the court. If there are lawyers who are parties to the suit, they should be allowed in, and then other people can fill the seats until the hall is full, then they allow people to go back. But all these restrictions, even restricting members of staff of the Court of Appeal, it only sends one message and one message alone, that there is something fishy that the government have not told us. And there are other things that we'll discuss as the conversation go forward. I believe say you get other things we will talk. When we say you go make you believe say truly you get within human being hand on the turn to monkey hand. I mean, how did they talk? Thank you very much.
Yes, which is very true, because this thing is getting very, very serious. Because if they think that they actually have, the right judgment to make, why are they scared? Why are they perturbed? Why are they so scared in allowing people to come through, even their staff? Are they saying that this is how they have been doing it all along? So all the court cases that they've been holding in Abuja, are they saying that their staff is not allowed in the court premises? I'm bringing it into the studio so that Esther will say something, because I'm seeing she wants to drop one or two.
My dear Nuri, like I talked yesterday, say corruption has really eaten deep into the fabric of this country. Now, what is stopping, or why is the court now restricting movement of people when people has in the constitution there is freedom to public hearing, freedom of association, freedom of assembly. You have the right to go out. Now they are restricting people, giving slots to people that will go to court and listening. It's very, very bad, and it's very, very appalling, and it's very, very suspicious at the same time. It is not good. The judiciary all will demand this fair judgment and transparency. We should have transparency in this country. That is the new and better Nigeria we are hoping for.
And we're also hearing that NLC shuns meeting with FG, like federal government, and they are beginning their 2-day warning strike. Now, I mean, electricity workers, air transport workers, petroleum workers, all these major sectors in the country will be going on strike, and that alone has huge consequences to the economy. Like, you see Maxwell, please, what do you think about this? Because this is this is mad. Of all the times for them to go on strike, it is now that everybody is looking focused at this judgment to know what's going to happen on that day. It's now a day to the judgment that they all know that they will go on strike.
Fortunate, there was a time when the NLC was seen as, dogs which bark and bite. But now they've stopped being even dogs who just bark, but have become chickens that simply look for a hiding place when things begin to go sour or gory. Now, for the NLC, in recent times, they've shown themselves to be highly political. Say they don't they put hand for things where we say they don't they play their tune according to the person will be the highest bidder, or where they give them plenty money. It's unfortunate that they will allow themselves to be used in such magnitude. I want to say this categorically, and of course I bear all the responsibilities for what I say here, that all these things where would they see like this, it just shows say now just political thing now make these people they go on strike. Remember, say this strike matter they been done talk a long time ago, they no agree go. All this while they come out say they no go again. It can't reach time for judgment. Now NLC say they won't go strike. Now NLC is going on strike. Electricity have been shut down. Currently in Abuja since morning, there have not been light in Abuja. In Abia State, the power grid have been shut down. In Kanu State, the power grid have been shut down. Several other places. And remember, saying that this same court of appeal tell us say make we dey for house, make we no come out. Say they go do live broadcast for people who don't watch the judgment. We're not fools now, and we are not babies. And I said it categorically. Say Nigerian situation will make you become prophet, even when you know be prophet. Because I talk and say they thought say they won't do live broadcast, but at the end of the day, they no go give us light. And that is what we are seeing. It's not only the electricity sector, transport sector is already affected. Even the court where we just talk about, the court of appeal, they don't tell workers no, they don't come office. You see even the Apapa port in Lagos State as we speak is currently shut. I don't know the issues I don't know the news or the updates that are coming out from there. Different areas of the economy, different sectors of the economy is being shut down just because a judgment is about to be given in the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. And it's highly unfortunate. It is highly unfortunate. Not only that, I hope my people where they listen to me, now they are aware say even the network providers too don't they get issues. People here and there don't they complain say this network provider this network provider that. Hey, we know they see network, we know they feel connect. And how do you expect people to participate in a democratic process? And now waiting they make these people, they know they feel understand. Yes, we go see them go they condemn other countries where they do military coup. For anything we don't concern democracy, it talks say make people get freedom, make them get access to the court, make them get access to informations, to media informations. Say make all the things where we say people supposed to use live life where the welfare of the people are duly considered for a democratic society. We no get light, we no get water. As I they follow you talk now, if you be say my battery go die before you know, there are things that are not functional. And because of just the 2 days, because of just few hours judgment, the whole country has been put into comatose. And it's actually unfortunate because this will definitely affect it. And I can only say that this has only built a lot of, anxiety in the people. People don't already they anticipate. They think, say, what thing will happen? This one will be say all these things they shut down. You shall say, well, I know what happened. In fact, they get stories say people they travel out, they leave the country. Well, like we talk, waiting Mary or Delete talk the other, they say any injustice will be say these people won't serve for that court. It go be like missile, and that missile go reach everybody. Because the Nigerian people no go accept any injustice. Because if all these things where they do now just to make them they possible say people no fit ventilate, maybe say people no fit express their grievances, maybe say people no fit talk how they pain them for liver, how they pain them for mind. Because this is what they do now to make sure say people no go fit transport from their house go the court, to make sure say people no go fit watch wetin they happen from the court, people no go they updated as to the real activities where they happen. And it is very, very unfortunate. Say at this time in our democracy, 24 years, after coming into democracy since 1999 in the Fourth Republic, we still dey here wey be say the people no fit enjoy dividends of democracy. The people no fit enjoy good electoral system. And even when the electoral system dey bad, the people no fit go court make dem go collect justice. But as e be like this, all of us dey anticipate wetin go happen for court tomorrow and the judgment wey go comot for that place by tomorrow.
Yes, yes. You talk everything because this thing is it's disheartening. We are really putting our hope in the judiciaries and we are hoping that they will do the right thing. Well, it's as if they are doing everything they can to obstruct justice. Every single thing. The same way we are saying it here, that's the same way they are looking at us and they are seeing the way we are trying to, the things we are trying to do to actually see that we come to the courts, we are live to see it live as it's happening inside there. And they are devising means to obstruct this justice. They are devising means to make sure that Nigerians don't have access to the courts, which is disheartening. It's not supposed to be so. Because if they know that they have the right judgment to give us, why are they scared? Why are they scared? Now, my question now is, what if something now happens and these people actually give a wrong judgment? Can they proceed to the Supreme Court? Now, let's take a listen to what Falana said about that. Let's take a listen.
Of Nigeria, Mr. Femi Falana, has been with us. Thank you so much indeed. Let us sit for your time tonight. Give us your view. I mean, it's a momentous legal event, isn't it? When the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal will be sitting tomorrow. What are your thoughts about the happenings around it, the pressure on the judiciary, and some of the issues that have been raised?
You mean on Wednesday, not tomorrow?
Wednesday, rather. Apologies. Yeah.
Well, we've been having election petitions since the colonial era, but none has attracted such level of blackmail and intimidation of the judiciary. Just last Friday, we were at a program in Abuja together where I addressed the labor unions. Some dubious characters got a copy of the video cassette and they put on top in a very criminal manner that if the judiciary fails the Nigerian people, there should be a coup. As if I said that only a deranged mind could have concocted such a treasonable statement. Now, that is the kind of intimidation that is going on. And I am worried. You know, that people give the impression that everything ends with the judgment of the Court of Appeal, the Presidential Election Tribunal. Any party that loses on Wednesday still has the opportunity to appeal to the Supreme Court. And so what is the basis of the cheap blackmail that is going on? And I want to pitch
this time around, since this is not the first time, Mr. Falana.
Yes.
Why is it now that people are having this skepticism and this kind of the outrage against the judiciary? Why?
No, some of the people involved are voting for the first time, and they believe, rightly or wrongly, that their candidate must be declared the winner. And I think that is what is going on. Whether you like it or not, our candidate must be declared the winner. And that is not what election petition tribunals are all about. It is for them, the justices, to look at the evidence adduced by the parties, apply the law, and give a decision. As they say, even if the heavens will fall, and the heavens won't fall anyway, the judges must not be intimidated. They must give their decisions, regardless of blackmail or intimidation. convinced that they can justify their judgment. That is what is required by them. To examine the evidence, apply the law, and deliver a decision. One way or the other. Some will win, some will lose. But those who lose, in the case, who are aggrieved, will have another opportunity to approach the Supreme Court and demonstrate how the Court of Appeal has erred.
Because I'm pretty sure that even if they don't give the right judgments, the Court of Appeal, you know, they should be able to move on to Supreme Court to plead their case, because the way they are doing it, they are doing everything they can to make sure that they don't do the right thing, which is sad because everybody is looking at them. The country is literally hanging on their shoulders. You see Maxwell, please, are you there?
Everything is not going to end at the Court of Appeal, like the learned Mr. Femi Falana, senior advocate, has rightly mentioned. Any party that is aggrieved by the judgment have the opportunity to, you know, appeal the case to the Supreme Court. But that is not the major question. The major question is that, can we believe that the Court of Appeal at this level can deliver justice? Because not be just to talk, say, you can appeal. What if they give injustice for lower courts, still go give injustice for Supreme Court? So now all those ones, now be the issues where would they talk about, where we say, even as they sit down for Court of Appeal to deliver judgment as a 5-man panel, they're supposed to deliver justice. It no matter the people where they involved, it no matter who the thing go favor or who the thing no go favor. Everything that has been dropped before the court are evidences, oral testimonies, documentary evidences, and they are supposed to deliver judgments in line with what is before them, making due reference, proper reference to the provisions of the law, to previous case where they don't hold. All of us know cases where they don't hold, several cases where we say they don't disqualify people on some of these grounds, several cases where we say they don't cancel elections on some of these grounds, several cases where we say they don't even order for a rerun of election because of some of these grounds. So it is very important, say, we continue to put eyes for this judiciary to make sure, say, everything where they come up from there, they genuine. It's very important. Not for us to wait until we get to the Supreme Court before we start knowing whether justice has really been served or not. At any point in time where we say people carry matter go court, whether in a lower court or higher court or on appeal, people supposed to get that confidence. Say, yes, our confidence, they rooted, say, this court will deliver justice. Nobody say we go to wait till the matter go Supreme Court. Nobody the same Supreme Court we go sit down for Lawan matter, give judgment, say, Lawan, now he supposed to be candidate. I be now he supposed to be in election for before election we be saying no participate inside in name, no day inside ballot paper. So where will they see this kind of thing? So now the main matter be that, yes, we know say the matter will go Supreme Court, but it is very necessary and important, say, any judgment where they come up from Court of Appeal suppose they just for the people to agree. Say, yes, now our mandate be this. Thank you.
Yes, you are right. Because if they do it like this, they will make Nigerians not to trust the court. They will make Nigerians not to trust in the law. And the law is put in place to be able to uphold its citizens. The law is put in place to uphold its citizens. As the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal delivers judgment on Wednesday, most judges on that tribunal have allegedly moved their families abroad. They are doing everything to keep Nigerians here, to obstruct justice here, and their own plan, their aim is just to carry themselves out of the country. Retired Justice Mary Odili, who provided legal consultation for the APC through Wike, has also moved to the UK, fearing that a judgment in favor of Tinubu will spark an unrest that might target judges and their families.
Okay, we can say also the DSS led by Yusuf Bichi, which has been involved in blackmailing the judges to do Tinubu's bidding, playing a reverse psychology, raised alarm allegedly plot by some politicians to cause chaos and unrest. They have also taken over the venue of the judgment till after Wednesday. The police and other security agencies have been put on red alert to arrest anyone on Wednesday. The Nigeria Labour Congress has also declared a warning strike on the same day the tribunal has ceased to rule. Banks has also been directed to close. All these are in attempt to put fear in Nigerians and scare the people from protesting the presidential election petition tribunal ruling expected to be in favor of Bola Tinubu. And so we'll take see this one.
And yet they are distributing and dispatching DSS everywhere, saying that DSS discovers plots to stage violent protests in the country. Who is staging protests? Well-meaning Nigerians, all they are asking and pleading for is justice. It's justice, nothing more than that. And they are just finding ways to use the force against us. I don't know why they are trying to be the ones that the higher authorities are using against the people that they should be serving, they should be protecting. They are using them against us and they are allowing it. You see, Maxwell, please, what do you think about this?
Well, these are still statements, that have been released. The DSS released a statement, the NLC released a statement, the Court of Appeal released a statement, many others have released statements. Those in the Ministry of Art and Culture, television, radio, and the rest also released a statement about the strike and everything. I agree that these are just political gimmicks, political games which are targeted against the people to create a sense of fear, stopping people from exercising their rights. Now, whether people want to protest or not, it is within their right to protest. Whether people want to rally or not, it is within their right to rally. Whether people want to picket or not, all these things follow for rights which they are enshrined for the 1999 Constitution, Chapter 4. Say they get right to peaceful assembly. Say they get right to movement. Say they get right to human dignity. Say they get right to life. So anything anybody will want to do will go, violate the rights of individuals. It is against the law. If the people are organizing protests or rallies which are peaceful, I don't see any reason why people should be afraid. But when they claim, say they get intel, this one, that one, say protest. We know how the DSS operate. These people have never been seen to operate within the ambit of the law. There is no time that the DSS have been found doing the things that are provided. What is the provision? What is the law on DSS arresting people? Is there any laws on remanding people in their cells? Come on, let us be realistic. People's rights are being violated daily by these same DSS. They have not woken up. They are not doing the true biddings of the law. The only thing that they are committed to doing is advancing the political games, the political gimmicks of all these few, less than 1% of our population who have decided to capture Nigeria in the name of a democracy. That is what we are seeing. And it's actually unfortunate that the DSS is allowing themselves to be used in such a manner. Not only the DSS, unfortunate also is that the judiciary is being used in such a manner. We had the statements of Nyesom Wike and the statements of Mary Odili, who served in the Supreme Court for how many years? Such a woman who served in an arm of government as the judiciary would come out to make very callous and unguarded statements to the public. These are the problems we have in Nigeria, where the people will expect to uphold the rule of law, the tenets of the law. They come out, now them the oppressors and the rest. But I want to tell people, say they should not be afraid because of all these things. They cannot do anything. It's unfortunate that people get scared when such statements come into the public and the rest. But I crave your indulgence to know that anything you are doing, the only thing is that you should make it as peaceful as possible. No violence, no carrying of weapons, nothing. Then you are within the law. Then the police, the DSS can go and look for those who are carrying weapons. If within a protest you see people carrying weapons, there is no problem. You can arrest those people. But for you to use a selected few and say a protest is violent, because we saw what happened during the NSAS protest, where thugs were being ferried and brought into protest ground by government-owned vehicles, by the same DSS vehicles. Till today, nothing has been done about that. Nobody has been arrested. Nobody has been probed. Absolutely nothing. And because of they know And we know that this is the same thing that they want to do this period, what they did during NSAS. Who knows if they've already planned for tours that they will put in vehicles and bring them to where people are rallying and claim that the rallies were violent. It is simply a scheme. We know these things and how they operate in Nigeria.
This is very serious. And just like you said about the SARS period, it's not a surprise if they actually did the same thing now. Because for them to say that they got information about protest or not, it's very possible that they will bring talks to rally in the streets and say and claim that it's well-meaning Nigerians, and then put it on us and then have the right to do whatever they want to do just to obstruct justice. Let's come back to the studio. Esther has something to say.
Okay, my people, we get this wise man wey talk say those who revolt to peaceful revolution, that those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. Now we don't dey ask these people since before when this court thing starts. They ask people, we wan watch the court proceedings during the process. These criminals, and say no. Now una wan televise the outcome when una don NEPA don strike. How wan take watch am? Network said don dey get some kukre movement since morning. How wan take watch this thing wey una wan televise? Now na still dey go ahead, dey stop people from coming into the court to witness it live and direct. Now e get one thing wey PO talk. He talk say the process at which you get something is much more fundamental than the result which you get thereafter. So judiciary, all eyes are on you. You push, you have to do the right thing. And obedience, our freedom lies in our hands this period. The freedom of this nation lies in our hands. Let us do the right, and let us refuse to be intimidated and manipulated by any injustice from whosoever and whatsoever means.
And people like Mary Odili will be saying that Nigerians are blackmailing judiciary. Who in this scenario is blackmailing who? It's very obvious. They are the ones blackmailing us. They are just setting traps or setting things that will look like we are going to fall to it, so that they will not find an excuse to say we did this and this is why they reacted in such a manner. Let's look at this video where Rufai is saying that this woman, what's her name? Justice Odili. And I even heard that Justice Odili, I saw one tweet that they said that Justice Odili flew to UK or something after everything she said. Everything she said, they are all just packing their families and flying. And they're leaving Nigerians here to suffer. Where is that done? Where is that done? Please, UC Maxwell, I don't know. This is a lot. It is a lot coming from these people, because I feel like the Nigerians, they are not seeing what is going on in this country, or rather they're not feeling it. We are crying. We have been begging them to give us justice. Give us justice. It's not too hard to ask. It is not too much to ask. Give us justice. So let's I don't know, let's listen to this video where Rufai said that Justice Odili shouldn't say Nigerians are blackmailing the judiciary.
The part of the speech that didn't go down well with me is the fact that people should not blackmail the judges. No, nobody's blackmailing the judges. People are just saying all eyes on the judiciary. And it has to be stated. You see, we don't want our democracy to go all right. That's why we speak up. And it is a democracy, not a military government. That's the difference between a democracy and military government. And this is for those that are calling for a coup and military government. No, I say no, perish the idea. Because in a democracy you can speak, but in a military government you can't speak. I mean, there are many copious stories of journalists jailed for doing their job in the military government, arbitrarily. Secondly, people have a right to say judges should please do their job according to the tenets of the law. Lord Denning once said, and I quote, that a judge that sits on trial, the judge himself is on trial. Pure and simple. And the judge himself is on trial as regards the case of Nigeria. That's true. So we expect them to do right. She also talked about the part people ventilate their views. Yes. One other part we should also expect people to say is the fact that we have a lot of civilian coups happening, and we must have a country where we must constantly say no to election fraud. It's because we take too many things lightly in this country, and we just thinking, was it good, the things that happened in the last election? That people went out to vote and electoral fraud happened? That foreign media like the BBC was showing us the shenanigans in Obiakpo results? Anyway, those are before the courts now.
Yes.
So we should introspect and be truthful with ourselves, what we truly want from ourselves, and work for our democracy. All right? She said some parts of that, but that's just a part of the speech I also want to clarify. I've been hearing next story in my ear, so
we have to move on.
This
is the only story we're taking for.
Yes, that is what they said. So I don't know, you see Maxwell, do you have anything to say on that? Are you there?
Yes, I am. So the truth is, for somebody like Rufai, I give him a lot of kudos, irrespective of how difficult his job is. He has tried as much as possible to speak, truth to power. And one thing that is very fundamental is the fact that that is actually the true responsibility of the media. But the Nigerian political arena has made it difficult for the media to do their job properly. We have a lot of brown envelope journalists out there. What he said is not far-fetched. Justice Mary Odili needs to know that all her statements were well taken, and we heard all she said categorically. And as we did like this for this country, no be today people begin they threaten us small. They use some kind of soft language. They do like say that they threaten us. But you see, everything that we Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians, obedience are doing has always been within the purview of the law. It has always been within the purview of the law. Asking for all eyes on the judiciary has always been within the purview of the law. Remember that we asked for the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to be broadcasted. For myself, we wrote letters to the Chief Justice of Nigeria. We wrote letters to the Attorney General of the Federation. We wrote letters. We also copied the President of the Court of Appeal in these letters to make sure that these proceedings were broadcasted live. But they refused. We also had to, mount pressure on the parties before the court. Maybe say made them make application for the court. As the court say, made the court, allow for live broadcast. And they no agree. All of a sudden, they feel saying a judgment now ain't good to broadcast. And yet, we don't see as the current situation for the country be. Lights no day, network no day. People no feel afford fuel to put for their generator to even listen. People no go get phones where they charge. People no feel afford data where they go take watch online. So where are we headed? So Mary Odili needs to realize that this is a different generation, and she needs to realize that she's a retired person from the judiciary. So whatever she thinks are her views, she should keep it to herself. We don't care. We actually careless. We don't send anything where he be say to the talk, because all of us, just like she get the right to talk, we too we get our own right to talk. Just like she get her right to give any views where she feels say it is legitimate to herself, we too we get that right. And we don't see say the time don't come for us to take back our country. What will they ask? Not too much. Asking for justice is not too much. We are only telling them to give us justice. We are not telling you to favor this person or favor that person or favor this other person. Just give us justice. And it's unfortunate that these same people are already ferrying their people out of the country. The news they there say, and the same Mary Odili don't carry her children and her family come out from country. Tinubu don't come out for country. Many other people they leave country. Well, everybody get the right to movement under Section 41 of the 1999 Constitution. So anybody who want move wherever he want move, he get the right. But the truth be say, waiting be the thing where they make them they run away. Maybe say judgments not just tomorrow. Waiting be that thing. I will be say they go for one program, she talk. Other lawyers follow talk, pull out for this badness where they happen. Immediately they talk, finish, they begin to come up for the country. Who they want leave the country for? Any plan where be say they do to undermine democracy. The people are watching. The people are taking notes. Anybody who feels that he can undermine democracy and go scot-free, it's a lie. The person will not go scot-free. we have parameters within the law at which we will make sure that these people are brought to book. It is very important. So wherever she feels or wherever anybody feels they want to run to, whatever they are running from is left to them. But as a people, we need to realize that we should not be subjected by this very, very few political class who are only willing to continue to oppress us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dixon Maxwell. I know say our time don't they tell us to come up for studio, and you know as electricity no day Nigeria as of now. Battery don't low, there's no way to charge phone and all that. So UC Maxwell, thank you so much for your contribution. And it is actually okay.
Coming a bit about the I know say you've been getting one question where you want to ask about 25% for Abuja and
yes,
but if you ask the question, make I just talk about them small before we will come off for studio.
Okay, so I'm saying how I wanted to ask rather how the 25% in FCT, you know, that alone, I feel like that should be a major contender to like disqualify Tinubu. But I feel like one way or the other, these judges might find a way to turn the hands of the law to suit them to what they want it to be. Is it possible that they can actually twist it with all the red flags that are around Tinubu, both his fake certificates, the 25% in FCT, all these allegations surrounding him? Is it possible that there's a way that they can actually turn the hands of the law to suit them and into their favor? Is it possible? Is there a way that can happen?
Well, anybody who won't commit injustice, you know how they commit injustice. And maybe today we begin to see judgments where they come up from court. We no even near anything where they call justice. So if they ask me say whether it's possible, of course. But anything will be injustice, people go know. It just be like the thing where I talk some days ago. Anything where it be saying injustice, people go know. If not justice, people go know. So the fact that they are trying to manipulate judgments or the claims that they are trying to manipulate judgment, we go see whether not justice they go give us or not. As for the issue of 25%, 25% in Abuja is a different issue from the disqualification of Tinubu. Now, 25% is not even a ground to disqualify Tinubu. It is only a ground to cancel Tinubu winning. The other issues there to disqualify Tinubu, number one, the drug case where you be saying for $560,000, where you be saying proceeds of drug money and money laundering for United States of America under section 137 subsection 1 paragraph D. Number two, be saying the issue of certificate forgery, where they claim say the certificates we intender for court, say yes you give them, say you forge the certificates under section 137 subsection 1 paragraph J. Another one again the issue of perjury, where they say he lie under oath, say he no swear allegiance for any other country, and say he no get any other citizenship. They can't find that say he get passport from Guinea Conakry. Another one again for disqualification the issue of double nomination will concern them. But all of these things, they go need to answer us whether indeed they go look their face for one side, tell us say all these things no dey possible to disqualify Tinubu. But for the issue of 25%, they talk about the election proper. Say anybody, the law talks say if before you go win, say you go get the highest vote, after you get the highest vote, you can't get 25% for inside 24 states and the FCT. Now within the law talk for section 134 subsection 2, say you go get this particular, you must meet this particular threshold. And it's very important say the court go look into this matter seriously, sake of say the issue never really come up for court before. They never really look into the matter clear. It never happen any other time. Say anybody where they declare winner no win FCT. Now Tinubu be the first person where they declare winner where he be say you know win FCT. So we the way to see, because they thought say FCT is supposed to be one of the states. This one, that one say FCT follow for inside the 36 states. They make reference to section 299 for the 1999 constitution. But the lawyers don't argue say this place where they talk about it no consign election. That place only concern the powers of the judiciary, the powers of the legislature, and the powers of the executive. But when you dey talk of election, section 299 no concern election, and say 25% suppose dey mandatory for person wey be say, and you remember say other provisions dey wey be say they no mention 25%. So it means say for them to don mention am there and FCT, it means say e dey necessary. So we go see how the court go give their judgment and the way the court go take look the reasoning and the arguments wey our lawyers don put forward. We dey wait.
Thank you so much. Thank you, UC Maxwell. Because this thing, it weak me, because how can all these allegations be against one person and the court is still, jittering? They are still second-guessing the judgment. It baffles me. We have said this over and over and over again. Judiciary should do the right thing. They should do the right thing. I don't know why removing one person is a problem for more than 200 million Nigerians. How is that a problem? Because this man has done a lot of things. He did not get the criteria for being a president. He did not have 25% in FCT, which is mandatory.
Yes.
Which is mandatory. So how are they even trying to subpedal the offense of this man with other kiniko that surround him? They still want him to be the president. Anyways, that is to show the difference between Tinubu and Peter Obi. Our principal, he is not in he's not a do or die affair for him to be the president. All he wants is a better Nigeria. That is all he wants, and that is what every good leader should want. He has always said this from the beginning, from the onset. If the process is okay, then there's no way he will question it. But the only reason we are questioning this is because the process is rugged, is zigzag, is not straight. So let's see let's take a listen to our PO as he said that it's not a do or die affair for him to be the president. He just wants a good and better Nigeria.
It's Peter Obi. My name is not Governor of Anambra State. I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria. I'm desperate to see Nigeria that work for the youth. We have so much talent and energy here that can change the world. And I want to do that. Even when I contested for the first time to be governor, even in my re-election, go and ask the 30 member of House that impeached me. We sat down and they said, if you give us this, we will stop impeachment in front of everybody. And I can call notable names and there. And I said, I'm not going to give it to you. I'd rather go.
Yes, so we'll keep our hope high. We'll keep our hope high. Our mandate must be restored. No matter what they do, DSS did not say. Flying outside or flying out did not say. Whatever it is they are doing, we are one step ahead of them. We are one step ahead of them. We will definitely retrieve our mandate tomorrow. Tomorrow is the D-Day, and we are all looking forward to see how they will, give out the proceedings tomorrow from the court. So, Esther, what do you have to say?
Make we remember Pedro, make we remember fourth certificate. Now, my people, are we going to allow a man that has his existence is even so mysterious, a man that has ghost primary school, ghost secondary school certificate, goes to university and all what may, so plenty baggages wey full for this man body? Are we going to allow him to be our leader? Are we going to allow him to be our president? Well, it don't make people even watch tomorrow. Let's keep all hope alive and be hopeful about tomorrow's judgment. My people, if you watch us finish today, una no come like, no come comment, no come share wetin una again. So make una quick they share, they like this video, they comment and subscribe so that this thing go now this thing that be the thing what they do for our PO. My people, like, share and comment. We'll be back again here tomorrow to give una as they happen for Inside Court. Thank you so much for watching us today. We love you, but God loves you more. Bye for now.